In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the water control valve on this Toyota Prius. Let's get into it. In the trunk, remove this panel, twist these locks, pull this up, out of the way, grab this trunk bucket, just slide it out. This cover right here, just pop this up, slide that out. Disconnect the negative terminal, use a 10mm wrench. Slide that off and out of the way. Take the wheel off using a 21mm socket. Grab the wheel, slide it off. Underneath, there's a push pin right here. We'll take that out. I'm just going to use a pick. Let's pop that out. Using a 10mm socket, take these screws out. Should be one more underneath here. This vehicle doesn't have it. You should pull that down. Out of the way. Using a pick, just pop these push pins out. A trim tool. There's one right here. Grab the inner fender well. I'm just going to fold it over. Just get it out of the way. Take this bolt out here, use a 10mm socket. There's two push pins over here. I'll take those out. Pop that down. Using a 10mm socket. Take these screws out. That one's broken. Should be another one there. And then back here, again, 10mm socket, there should be a screw there, one there, there, and there. Then this panel slides back and comes down. Again, with the 10mm socket, there should be a bolt right there and right there. This vehicle, those two screws are broken. Then underneath, we'll take those out. Screw there, screw there. With those out, you should be able to take this down. There is a push pin right here. You can take that off, pop that out. Underneath here, we're just going to put a drain bucket and we're going to drain the coolant out. This little drain, just loosen up this valve. Just make sure you have a drain bucket. You can close the drain. Take this shield off. There's some push pins. I'm going to use a pick, get in the center, and then pop it out. You can also use a trim tool or even a Phillips head screwdriver. Sometimes they break. Just using a trim tool. And grab this panel, just slide it off. Remove this bracket, use a 12mm socket, take this bolt out. I'm going to pull the cover off the fuse box just to get some more room. There's a little push tab, just push that, it slides right up. Going to take these two bolts out on the side using a 12mm socket. those bolts bolts out, grab that bracket, just slide it out of the way. Using some hose clamp pliers, take this hose clamp off, slide that out of the way. You can use some pliers. These are hose pliers. Just grab the hose, twist it back and forth. Just try not to ruin the hose. And you're gonna lose a little bit of coolant. Just have your drain bucket underneath. And using the hose clamp pliers, take this hose clamp off. Just try to slide that back. Do the same, take that hose off. Using some needle nose pliers, take this hose clamp and slide it down. Grab the hose, give it a twist, back and forth. Make sure you have a drain bucket just in case some coolant comes out. I'm going to take this hose clamp off, or just move it. I'm just going to use needle nose pliers, move it to the side. I'm going to use a pick, just loosen up the hose. Grab the hose, wiggle it off. A little bit of coolant coming out. Set that aside. This other hose, we're going to take that off once the bracket is loose. Disconnect the connector right here. Push down on the tab. Slide that up, out of the way. There should be a 10mm nut right here. The stud is broken on this vehicle. Take that out. And then using a 10mm socket, take the bolt out on the side of the bracket. Pull that one out. Grab the bracket. We can slide this up a little bit. We can access that hose a little easier. And using some needle nose pliers, squeezing the hose clamp, just slide it down. Using some pliers, twist it back and forth. And slide that off. Move this hose over here. And it's going to be easier to drop this down below. Spot right there. Slide it down, and there it is. From underneath, slide this in place. If you want to get the bolt, you could get that started. I'm going to start the hose on the bottom. I'll just move that with the hose clamp pliers or needle nose pliers. Get that in position. That's good there. Now take the hose. Make sure you take the correct hose. That one goes on the bottom. Get that started. Move that hose clamp over. Good. And this one's going to go on the top. Get that one started. Move that over. That's good. Plug in the connector. Lock it down. Take the bracket, line that over the stud, and get the bolt started down below. Tighten that down. Put the nut on the stud and tighten that down. This vehicle, the stud is broken, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to take the lower hose, line that up, and move the hose clamp. That's in place. Take the upper hose, slide it through, push that on. Move the hose clamp. Make sure the hose is in the bracket right here. That's good. Take the bracket, line it up, get the bolt started. And bolt on top. Now tighten them down. These are snug. Put the cover on. Now line this panel up. Get the bolts started. That's good. Put the push pin right there, lock it down. Take this shield, line this up. Snug those down, put the other ones in. If you have those, under here you should have a few bolts, put those in as well. Get this bolt started. The two push pins on the side, get those started and just push those down. We'll tighten that bolt down. Just snug. Line the inner fender well up. The push pins, get that lined up, lock it down. The other one that goes right there. And lock it down. Line this up underneath. Put the push pin in, lock it down, and the bolts. There should be another bolt right there. Snug those down, and throw the tire on. Snug those down. Now I'm going to torque the lug nuts down to 80 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. And Put this cover on, line it up. Take the push pins, get those all started, and lock them down. Connect the negative battery terminal. Use the wrench. Snug that down, give it a wiggle, make sure it's tight. Take this cover, slide it in place. And put this basket in. And this cover is going to go on top. Lock it down. You're going to open this bleeder screw right there. That's for the coolant for this hybrid system. Make sure you take the cap off here. And you want to add coolant until it's at the full line, which is on the back here, and you see coolant coming out of the bleeder screw. Once that happens, you want to close off the bleeder screw, put the cap back on, then turn the key on, run the pump for about 20 seconds, shut the key off, come back out here, open the bleeder screw, and then adjust the level accordingly. You can do this procedure multiple times until you see that the coolant level is at the appropriate level.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.